Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. I am super excited about this video. It is our laundry room makeover. I have been wanting to share this with you guys. Oh my goodness, the transformation is unbelievable. But we started this back in July of 2020 and we are still working on it, you guys, but I'll get more into that. But if you want to see how I turn my laundry room from looking like this to looking like this, stay tuned. All right, you guys, so we started this project back in July of 2020 and it is February 2021 and we are still not done. But let me explain to you guys why. So one, my husband and I both work, we're very busy, but this was about the time when schools were trying to decide whether the kids were going to go back to school or they were going to do virtual. So my stepkids ended up going back to school, I want to say the second week of August, but my son did not go back till almost the end of August, you guys. And even then, they were still trying to decide if they were going to still stay traditional or go virtual. So at this point, my husband and I decided to stop and kind of figure out exactly what's going to happen, because if all the three kids were home, then we needed a space for them to have, to do their homework, to be able to plug in their laptops and have space to work. So we just decided to put a pause on this project and make sure that our kids were getting settled in, whether it be in school or at home doing virtual. But the next thing, the footage that I had for this makeover when we were doing the painting and changing the floor and all that great stuff, I don't have for you guys. The footage that you're watching now is all cell phone footage. So my SD card ended up getting corrupted. So all that footage is gone and it made me upset. I did not want to share this with you guys, but I look at my laundry room now and it was a big transformation. So I felt like I should share that even if it was just cell phone footage. So up until, I think I mark the points in this video, up until where it says November of 2020, that is when, that is camera footage. Up until then, this is all right here. This is all cell phone footage. Like I said, my SD card got corrupted, but I did end up getting some cell phone shots, pictures, and some video because I do use my camera and my cell phone because I'm lazy and I don't like taking my camera off the tripod. So yeah, but I want to share with you guys what we ended up doing in here. It might not match up with the video, but I'm just going to share with you guys anyway. So we ended up changing out the floor, which I will link everything down below. We changed out the floor. We painted the walls. I used Sherwin-Williams Repose Gray, which is the same color I use in the kids' bathroom. I ended up painting the cabinets. I ended up painting the top cabinets white and the bottom cabinets a charcoal color. I ended up painting we have a closet inside the laundry room. That door I ended up painting charcoal gray as well. I went a little bit bold in this laundry room, you guys. I have never painted a door like a different color. I've always just used white, and I've never painted done top cabinets a lighter color and then the bottom cabinet darker color. So yeah, that was kind of different for me. I also painted the countertop in the laundry room. My husband wanted to change it out, but I just said, let's just paint it because I don't want to have to deal with having to rip out a cabinet or a countertop. So I ended up painting that with the same paint I use for the cabinets. It's a cabinet trim enamel and it's working out perfect, you guys. I mean, it's nice and soft to the touch. So to me, it worked out fine. I ended up adding shelving in this little closet that we have in our laundry room. My husband built me, he built them, I guess. He made them for me. I ended up putting 5 shelves in here and that gave us so much storage. He had to cut out because there's a pipe or a pole. So he had to cut out and make like a rounded, that way the shelf can fit in there. I ended up staining that, putting those in there, which worked out amazing. And we also ended up switching out the door to the laundry room. We ended up going to Home Depot and buying a door. The door was $250, but the only catch is it does not come prepared. Like, you have to make your own hole. You have to make your own hole to put the hinges. But thank God my husband is handy, so he didn't mind doing that. The door was only $250 and it's frosted. It says laundry and it looks perfect. I was looking at other doors at like other places. They were over $1,000, you guys. That is insane. So my husband just said, just go to Home Depot, get your $250 door, and I will make the holes. We'll buy the handles and the hinges, and we were good to go. And the door looks great. We also ended up putting a cabinet in there, but once we get to that part of the video, I'll talk to you guys more about that. Alright you guys, and here is the cabinet that my husband ended up getting for me at Lowe's. This was like about $150. What I did here is just remove everything and went ahead and primed the whole thing, and then I painted it, and I used the same paint and primer that I use for the cabinets. And for the countertop, this does not come with a countertop. My husband ended up getting a piece of unfinished wood, which is about $42, and it's a 1/4 inch thick, and I think it was 24 by 6. And what I did with that was just condition it. I went ahead and conditioned the wood, and then I went ahead and stained it. Well, before I did that, my husband actually routed it for me, because if not, it would just look like just a piece of wood sitting on top of this cabinet here. So he ended up routing it and giving it a little bit more detail just to make it look pretty. So he did that off camera for me because I was at work when he did that. But I ended up conditioning that, and then I stained it, and it looks amazing. I cannot wait for you guys to see it. It just looks amazing. But just a little FYI, if you use, I don't know if y'all have ever used wood conditioner. I had never. You guys, wear a mask. It was awful. I remember when I did it, my son was the only one at home with me, and we literally ran outside. Like, we took the countertop off of this and we took it out to the porch because this thing was so strong. I have never used it before. When I opened it, I was like, well, it has a smell, so I ended up getting my husband's respirator mask. But then I was like, no way, this is too strong. So my son and I just ran it outside and put it out on the porch. Just please use a mask. I could not believe it. I was just completely shocked. I guess that's my fault. Maybe I didn't read it, but I've never used it before. But yeah, but here is what this looks like. And then here is what it looks like all put together. And as you can see, the top of the counter, see how square it looks? This scene right here, this is where my husband routed it. You can kind of tell the edges, it's rounded. He gave it a little bit more detail, so now it looks better. It just doesn't look like a chunky piece of square wood on top. But here I am taping this off, and this is where I'm going to paint and prime the sides of this cabinet, because my husband had not put the paneling on the side when I painted the front of the cabinet. So I went ahead and primed this and painted it as well. All right, you guys, as you can see, there's that little gap right there that needs to be sealed. I am definitely going to include that in my part 2. So my plan is to go ahead and seal that with like some caulk and then paint over that, because I don't like the way that looks, that little gap, that space that you can tell like there's some paint in it and then there's not paint in other spots. So that's definitely going to be sealed. And here are the stains that I was debating with. I did not know what I wanted to do, but at this point right here is where I was like, okay, I'm going to condition this wood. And I opened it and I did notice a smell, but I didn't think anything of it. And then once I started just kind of spreading this all over, I was like, this is kind of strong. So I went and grabbed my husband's mask and I put that on. But kind of like in the middle of me doing it, I was like, well, I can really smell it through the mask. So I immediately just took my mask off and we ran this outside to the porch, and I ended up finishing it on the porch on top of our glass table. Of course, I'm not going to show you guys that because it was kind of chaotic. Like I had to get my camera out of the way and get my son to help me bring this outside. But I ended up finishing it outside, and I had never conditioned wood before, you guys. And I think that it just looks amazing, and it gave it, I don't know, maybe to me, it just felt like a different texture. I don't know, it just felt different. But I gave this 3 coats of the stain, and then I went ahead and sealed it with polyacrylic, and turned out amazing, you guys.
Okay, so let me show you guys the laundry room. So we ended up putting a motion sensor light in here because we come in and out with baskets, or I do, while I'm doing laundry. As you can see, I'm drawing stuff right now, but so this is going to be part 1 because this is not done. So let me zoom out. Okay, so here we go. As you can see, it's a totally different laundry room. To me, well, you know, it looks completely different. None of this was here when we moved in. So yeah, let's start with this door here. So I decided to paint this door the same color as the cabinets down here. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep it this way. I don't know. But then I just hung up all this stuff right here that I use. Right now this is just storage, but there's no light. There is a light switch, but there's no light in here yet. My husband built these shelves. This was not here. This was just like an open space here with this piping or tubing that goes all the way up to the top. They had stuff here, like one of those wire rack things. My husband pulled it out. But yeah, so he built these shelves for me. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It goes all the way up, you guys. But right now I'm storing all this, but the plan is to take all this out of here and store it here. So we bought this cabinet, at Lowe's. It was about 150, maybe 140. There's nothing in here yet. I painted it, I primed it, I painted it the same color as these cabinets, but this was like 150, 140, I believe, or something. I have to touch this up here, but it has drawers on the sides and then the cabinet space. And then this top, I'm going to link it. My husband actually, so he bought this piece, just this piece. It's supposed to be like a bookshelf or something like that piece, or I'm gonna find it on Home Depot and I'll link it, or I'll just put it like somewhere in here. But this was just like a big square piece, and he went ahead and he has a router and he just gave it some details. You can kind of see here, it's rounded, and we go all the way around. You can see where he rounded these edges here. And then this piece back here, this did not come together. He attached this piece. I think this is like a 1 by something. I don't know. I'll ask him and I'll link it somewhere. And then these are the little Dollar Tree signs that I made a few videos back. This is not going to stay here because this laundry room is still not done, but this is going to be a part 1. So let's just go ahead and go down here. So we wanted to replace this countertop, but I just went ahead and painted it, and it's been doing great. Here I just have cleaning supplies, which is a mess down here, but I'm not going to organize until my husband actually, this is not bolted yet, it's not secure to the wall, and this countertop actually is not even secure either. As you can see, he has to finish that. But I can show you what I kind of did in here. So yeah, I have sponges and all my linen sprays, my cleaning rags, cleaning supplies up there. And then of course down here, my detergent, my Tide Pods, my scent boosters, and my dryer balls. And then in this one, all my Tide Pods, just extra items, and this is going to all get rearranged, but like I said, this is a part 1. And then this one's the crazy one. Oh my gosh, I don't know what to do with this. So yeah, this is kind of where all that miscellaneous stuff gets stored, and then we store all our like summer sunscreen and tanning lotions in here. So this one is kind of a mess, so I really don't want to, that's a work in progress, that one. Up at the top, I have these 2 baskets that I got at the thrift store, and I just spray painted because I did have something going across here, but I removed it. I have to put it back, but it all makes sense once I decorate in here. Then I just kept this laundry sign that I got at Sam's Club. We got it like over a year or 2 ago. All right, so this right here, I painted the same color as the cabinets, the bottom cabinets. It is one of these little ironing tables. This was put in here, the previous owner put in here. I'm trying to find a cover for it, but this is so like old that it's just really hard to find on Amazon, or I have to get it custom made, I guess, but this is just completely old. This has to be replaced, but I really wanted to show you guys this because we wanted to get rid of this, but this is built like into the wall. So if my husband were to take it out, then we have to do patching and all that, and he just didn't want to deal with that. We might take it out later on. But right now it kind of works for us. For the kids, it's easy for them to pull this down. And then we just decided to put this up here, which I did not want because it just is an eyesore. But it does work for the kids. they just plug it in right there and then take it down, do what they have to do. But once they get older, I want to go ahead and remove that, patch up the holes, paint over that, and then the goal is to just store that somewhere else. But let me back out here. So here, my plan is to put a shelf all the way at the top. I'm not sure how that's going to look because that's a lot of wall space, empty wall space, but that's my plan, to put shelving up here and then kind of decorated. These are going to go up on the shelf, nicely decorated. My plan was to have this like in a basket, like on a shelf, but of course that's too high for the kids. So for now that stays there. And then here is a basket. This is where everyone throws the towels. I have a separate like hamper for towels, but this one's going to change. I don't like that green one. We also have to get hardware for this. So there is still some stuff that has to be done. Let me, I'm going to close the door and kind of show you the door. So this is how the door looks like. We got this door at Home Depot for $150, I believe. But the only thing is it doesn't come with any of the hardware. It just comes just a door frame and then the design. And then my husband had to actually make the holes. I think I have that in the video. He had to make these holes and this, and I painted this. I primed it. No, I didn't prime it. I just painted it because it came already primed. But this is what the door looks like. It says laundry. I didn't care too much for the design, but it was the only one they had. So I think it looks really cute. So yeah, that is what it's looking like right now. So wait for part 2. I'm not sure when that's going to happen, but I hope to have shelves or something, or maybe like something to put like clothes that we don't dry. Like I have a vision in my head, but I can't quite explain it. But yeah, I think it looks like a completely different laundry room than before. It was just this ugly, yellow, nasty, just horrible. The floors are horrible. We also obviously changed the flooring, changed out that vent. We bought a nice, pretty white one. But yes, that is it. Let me show you the door from the front. Let me shut this.
All right, guys, and that is all for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am so sorry that my footage got corrupted and I don't have all the footage of us working really hard in this laundry room, but I really wanted to share this with you guys. Please stay tuned for part 2. I will hopefully have that video coming out soon. We are working on that. We actually got some shelving today and got some other things today. I still need to get a few decorative pieces, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.